From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back and welcome to the weekend, and it's going to be a nice weekend at that. Temperatures warming up though this weekend in the 80s, next weekend in the 60s. That's for highs. Lows will be in the 40s the way it's shaping up right now. We'll have more on that in just a little bit. And oh yeah, by the way, we're tracking a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico, but no threat to our part of the world. So let's go outside, take a look at our traffic cam at Robley Drive, looking southbound on Ambassador Caffrey. Traffic's doing okay. Gotta always watch when folks let somebody in and the left lane stops or the right lane keeps going, but traffic flowing smoothly, so that is the good news. Long shadows out there and pleasant weather where you can drive with the sunroof open, the windows down, the convertible, whatever you got going, go for it. It's just absolutely perfect weather. So let's kick it upstairs. Look at the satellite imagery. Clouds early this morning, but they moved out quickly. With that upper level disturbance, you can see the rainfall off to the east and north of our tropical system that's out in the Gulf of Mexico. In fact, the tropical disturbance upgraded finally to a tropical storm, although it looks more like a subtropical storm with a center of circulation here on the western side of where all the convection is. So where's the heaviest rain going to be with this system? On the eastern side, as the upper level westerlies are in play. That's why it's not purely a tropical system in my book, but it officially got designated as a tropical storm, not a subtropical storm. And this is Nestor. And again, you can see this is where the center of circulation was at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's probably right around here right now. Moving smartly to the northeast at 22. Always want a fast-moving tropical storm or hurricane. This way it has less of an opportunity to produce flooding rain. But there's going to be a storm surge. There's going to be rainfall and some wind with this system as it makes landfall during the early morning hours tomorrow right by Apalachicola, and then moving into portions of Georgia and then the Carolinas down the line. Tropical storm warnings still continue offshore waters of southeast Louisiana, but all the inland warnings canceled from Alabama on westward. Meanwhile, tropical storm warnings continue for the Big Bend of Florida through much of the Florida Panhandle. Here's the radius of tropical storm winds, the radius of damaging winds. That will shrink down a little bit as it gets closer to the coastline, but nonetheless, a storm with 60 or 65 mile-an-hour winds is very close to a hurricane. So there's going to be some rough weather, especially along and east of the center. You can see most of the tropical storm force winds will be east of the storm as it moves through Georgia and also the Carolinas as we go into tomorrow night and into early Sunday. As for what's going to happen along the coast with respect to storm surge, up to 3 to 5 feet of surge, not including the waves on top of that. So there's going to be a surge with this system, especially with the system moving quickly from the northeast to southwest to the northeast. That will pile the water on pretty quickly, so there could be higher water marks than 3 to 5 feet. Here's the model data showing the storm moving inland. Our weather looking just fine in the 50s tomorrow morning, and that system moving inland as the day wears on tomorrow. And as for rainfall, isolated spots anywhere between 3 to 6 inches of rain, and maybe a few higher amounts up to 8 to 10 inches will be possible in a few isolated spots, but heaviest rains right across Florida. Less rains as you go back to the west, barely a drop over toward Pensacola. Meanwhile, for us, looking good, getting down into the mid-50s tonight. Tomorrow we'll get into the lower 80s. It looks to be a beautiful day with lots of sunshine, comfortable humidity. Not quite as cool tomorrow night, upper 60s to near 70 for your low. And then going into Sunday, I think it's going to be warmer than the numbers indicate here, mid-80s with humidity and the risk of a few isolated showers in the afternoon. Best rain chances coming in Monday, 80%, and there might be a severe weather risk as well, at least a marginal to slight risk of severe storms. That would be for storms that could contain damaging winds. Nice and cool Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. A stronger front comes in Friday with a more efficient of Canadian air, bringing us down into the 60s for highs and 40s for lows next weekend. So you have a little bit of a choice, a late summer weekend this weekend and next weekend, certainly feeling like more like December rather than actually October.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us are just ready for that consistent weather pattern.
Yeah.
Battling sinuses.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are
problem.
as well. The doctor's office was packed the other day.
That's right, and it's never consistent around here. That's why our sinuses are always crying.
Yep. Thanks so much, Rob.